Hi everyone, welcome back to the Altium Develop series. So in the previous video, we have seen different topologies of the buck converter, and we know how to add the requirements in the workspace. Now we will just take the simple switching regulator and design the schematics for it. And what will be the power stage, what will be the input voltages, and how can we utilize the Altium Designer develop. And in the final step, we will upload that into the workspace. We will make commit the changes to the workspace. So let's take this switching regulator TPS 54352 It has because it has a input voltage range of around 4.5 volts to 18 volts and 3 amps rated current output. And the output voltage range you can see 0.76 volts to 5.5 volts, and we need 5 volts. And here the good data sheets define their also provides the reference circuit and the reference values, and how to calculate the values of the feedback resistor, feedback network, and what should be the inductance and what should be the input and output capacitor values. So let's look at the typical application circuit over here. And here you can see the different formulas are over here, how to calculate the V out and how can you calculate the frequency over here, and here recommended components are also given. So that's very nice that you have the output voltage of 5 volts, and they give you the R1 R2, which are the feedback network resistors, and the capacitors C4 L1 C8 C9 are over here. So let's start designing the circuit using these values. Open your Altium Designer develop software and place the TPS uh, 54325 IC over here and start designing and adding the components as per the datasheet recommendations. Place the capacitor from the components option over here and change the value as per the datasheet recommendation to 3300 PF and place as close to the SS pin, so you will get to know that when designing the PCB you should place this capacitor as close to this pin. So now the filter capacitor input capacitor values are also given over here. For the 5 volt design you have to choose the value for input and output capacitor for 5 volt output, because they are different for different output voltage. So let's design and place resistor for the feedback network as the R1 and R2 are given in the datasheet, and change the value according to that. Connect the FE pin to the resistor and the other pin of the resistor to the another pin, another resistor, and make it ground. So no, I think it should be deleted over here and placed over here. And the first resistor with the feedback is grounded, and another resistor is also connected with the feedback pin, but that is going towards the output, so it is taking the output voltage and feeding back to the switching regulator. So its value is around 22.1k, 22.1k, and the R1 value is R1 value is 121k and the R2 value is 22.1k. Output capacitor, place the output capacitor and input capacitor because it is connected to the VCC pin, and VCC and VN pin have the same voltage because VN is also arranged with the VCC pin, so you don't need to change anything. So change the value of the capacitors to 10 UF and another capacitor to 10 UF, and PGND1, PGND2 and GND are all grounded. So here you can see over here directive, which means that the pin which you are not using, PG is the power good pin, so I'm not using this pin for now. And here you can place the V regulator 5, a capacitor, very close to this pin because it is an output pin and it is giving you the 5 volt at the output, constant 5 volt. You can also take the 5 volts from here, but if you need the varied voltage, you have to design some other voltage, then you have to take the output from the V out pin. So I've not added the labels for the V out and the V in pins and have not connected any connector for the input and the output. So I will add it in while. So BGND1, BGND2 and the GND pin all are grounded because the power ground is connected to the uh, GND. So I've added the label V out over here and it's a V in pin. You can also change the name to the V in VCC and also connect the label, this same label with the V in pin. Let's write the name over here, VCC to the V in, because they both are connected with each other. VCC and V in pin are lying under this voltage range, so instead of using another supply, just connect these two. So you can also search for the inductor over here. If it is not in your components, you can also use the manufacturer part search option, which will give you the components. So you can use that exact part number and it will be uploaded. The part number is uploaded to your BOM in the workspace as well. So I have not commit the changes to the workspace. When I will commit this, then you will see that the circuit is reflected towards the workspace. It is being saved in the workspace. So add the inductor between the switches pin SW1, SW2. Connect these two pins and then add an inductor over here. Now here are the output capacitor values. Let me place the output capacitors 22 UF for both caps in parallel with the inductor and take the output from them. So after filtering the uh, signal and it will give you the output. So annotate the schematics. You know that how to annotate the schematics because we have already discussed in our previous videos. So VBSTB bootstrap capacitor is missing. Just placed a 0.1 UF bootstrap capacitor over here. Let me see what should be the value of the capacitor. So I can place over here. So I'm placing the 0.1 UF capacitor over here. Just placed this and connect to the inductor pin. Change the value to the 0.1 UF capacitor. Now after designing the schematics, save the changes and save it to the server so it can be saved into your workspace. So if the reviewer comes and wants to review your schematics, so he will get the requirements and the schematics and each and everything like comment section and other points, so that easily he can mention over here. And if he found any mistakes in the design, so he can tag the designer like we are designing, he can tag us, so we can directly, without wasting time in the emails or the WhatsApp messages, so we can directly take the message from the workspace and can update the design, so it will reflect to the workspace. So here you can see it is uploaded to the workspace. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching and follow us for the upcoming videos.